What's up, everybody? And we are back. This your girl Keita, and
Right
as
here,
always,
Believe.
welcome to your what episode is this? 6
Episode 6, I believe.
of Real Ish. Okay, so last week we talked about New Year's resolutions, and as always, thank you guys for listening, hitting us up. We got a lot of feedback on the topic. A lot of people seem to. No, we did talk about that. That was the week before last. Last week we talked about. What did we talk about last week?
Last week was the New Year's.
No, it wasn't me. It was something else, but we talked about something.
Holding your children for ransom.
Yeah, that one. That's what it was. So, thanks for everybody that listened. We got some feedback on that as well. So, appreciate you guys for that.
Yeah, we've actually been getting a lot of comments, right?
Yeah,
So
but the problem with the comments, you guys need to comment on YouTube. We appreciate the comments.
yeah,
But
it can't be on Facebook. Come on, guys. We're trying to branch out.
Leave your comment on YouTube. Again, we really appreciate them now. Don't get us wrong, but leave your comments on YouTube when we get ready to do our giveaways and whatnot, or if we request it. That's when you hit us up on real.ish13@gmail. So anyway, jumping into this week's topic. Again, this is something else that's been burdening society. So this week we are going to talk about rivalry. Rivalry amongst women and rivalry amongst men.
Alright. So, getting started. When is it appropriate? Or is it even appropriate?
So this is a very interesting topic. First we're going to start off with the ladies. Now,
Ladies.
let's just say overall, I think there is that's a part of nature, not necessarily just human, but animals. You know what I mean? We're territorial. We
We fight for our babies.
Exactly. I think a portion of it is a part of us just being human. That is just a part of nature. However, I do feel like sometimes we kind of, we go above and beyond with it unnecessarily. So, beginning with the ladies. We talked about this a little while ago. Now, and this is just, a portion of the topic, but I know a lot of females. Like, I grew up a big tomboy. And I've always come into females who weren't necessarily tomboys, but, have you ever met a girl that's like, I don't hang around other females because they keep up too much mess? So, and usually the female that says this, every time you see her, she clicked up with a bunch of guys, always in always in some guy's face. I kind of have a problem with that, and I'm going to tell you why. And this is a part of female rivalry. The first thing is, usually in my experience, what I've seen, the female, number one, first of all, guys talk about you just as much as girls. Let me just get that out there. So, the female that's always walking around, I don't hang out with other females because, they keep up too much mess. Guys keep up just as much mess.
Except they keep it discreet.
Yeah, as females, they talk about you behind your back.
They
just
laugh
as
at
much.
you.
They laugh, exactly.
They laugh at you. You don't think they got little nicknames for you? You know they do?
Behind your back.
Behind your back.
And usually, the one that's walking around saying, I don't hang out with other females because they keep up too much mess, a lot of times, they are the ones that keep up all the mess. It's you. I feel like if you're a female and you cannot relationship, a positive friendship with another female, it's something wrong with you. It ain't like every other bitch in the world ain't jealous of you. Every other bitch on earth ain't and don't want you and your man. That's just it's something that's wrong with you. You need to fix your attitude and start hanging around with some people that got some business about themselves. So that's how I feel on that particular part. What do you think, Carl?
About the women?
Yeah.
You know what? I think in general, and I'm a woman, and I'm gonna throw this right out there because this is realish, and I'm gonna keep it real. All right, that is the whole purpose of the show. We are drama makers. We create it.
Yeah.
We create it to the point where we need help. We create it to the point where we fall asleep crying and nobody knows that we're crying. We keep that shit to ourselves. And at the end of the day, we sit there and we say, how did we get to this? You! Look in the mirror. It was you. We do it to ourselves. We create the chaos. We stir the pot. And then when it's time to man up, we don't hold ourselves accountable for our own actions.
Damn right.
You know, I just think that, we need to, as women, I think we need to respect our own gender because nobody else does it.
Goddamn, that is, I couldn't have said it better myself. It's one thing. It's one of the problems. And it's more so among women than I can say among men. We have very little respect for each other as women, and that's sad. We need to do better.
We need to do better. Calling each other names.
Yeah, but it's things like if you don't even have a relationship with that person, you know what I mean? It's kind of like what we talked about last week when people just women don't have respect for other women in their households. Women don't have, it's always got to be somebody jealous of you, which, it is sometime, but at the end of the day, that shouldn't have an effect on how you act and how you present yourself. So yeah, we need to work on it just a little bit. You know what I mean? Now, sometimes, mind you, because I have, been in that situation. Sometimes you gotta check a bitch. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do because we can get a little disrespectful.
The only thing I'm checking is a chessboard. I ain't checking nobody. Alright? I am not a fighter. I will be the first one to admit. Now, if I have to throw down, I'll find a bat, some kind of like wood board or something. But I am not. What? Me? No. Oh no, I don't think so. And that's another thing.
I've grown out of it. I'm growing out of
Keita
it.
stays quiet because she's the one. She's the one that would beat me up.
I'm growing out of a lot of the chaos, the hostile part. You know what I mean? Because
I cannot fight, and I am proud to admit that. All right. I like my manicures. I don't have time to take my rings off, worrying about my earrings. I ain't about that life. I don't know nothing about that life. In any case, then we get into the topic of, all right, so we don't like girls, so we're with our man.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get those that get involved in our relationship, aka Shirkeisha. Everyone saw the YouTube on Shirkeisha. Come on. That's a great example of this conversation.
It is.
Okay. Poor girl was just looking at her phone. What happened? She got knocked out.
Sharky said she had to check a bitch.
No need for that, though. At what point, when is it really worth it for a man? I mean, look what we're fighting for. Look what majority of the women are battling it out for. It's either men.
Yeah.
Majority of the time it's men. I can't even think of another reason.
Other than just simple, I don't like her. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
the majority of the
that's
time,
high school shit. Yeah. I don't like her. I'm gonna kick her ass after school and meet me out in the parking lot. But as adults, this shit's still happening.
You're right. The majority of the time it is
over men.
It is.
Come on, ladies. Show me. I mean, is this man's dick made out of gold? Because quite frankly, I can't see another reason as to why a woman would fight over a man. And
emotions.
But yet, who should really be held accountable for that? Is it the man or that other woman?
It's the man.
And you know what else? Sometimes I get it. The other bitch knew. All right, handle your business.
Mm-hmm.
They both need to go down. If she knew about you, they both need to go down.
Yeah.
But if she did not know about you, why does she gotta get hurt? She didn't know about you.
Yeah.
Why does she gotta get hurt? Next thing you know, she's busted up. Next thing you know, cops are at your front door talking about she's on lying on her deathbed in the hospital. Don't know if she's gonna come out of critical condition. You're looking at time now.
That's true, and that's one of the reasons why I had to just calm myself down. Because at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I can't. I really had an epiphany that, you know what, I'm going to jail.
Over this fool?
I'm gonna be in prison. And he gonna go on with his life.
Yeah,
he's gonna go on to the next, and I'm gonna be in prison.
He's gonna be tasting all kinds of bad. All kinds of bad.
And you are in jail and got all kind of other stuff going on.
So he's gonna be on the opposite side. Exactly. That's exactly my point. We're gonna be sobbing and crying up in the jail cell. And you know he ain't gonna come over and give us any kind of bread. Not even a stamped mail postcard. Alright? I'm just saying you gotta pick and choose your battles.
I agree.
We understand that we're women in general are territorial.
Emotional.
We're very emotional. You know,
I think that's what it is a lot too. We think a lot of times we'll think more with our emotions as opposed to your logical brain. It's more emotions get out of control. Now we think we're gonna kill everybody.
I could agree with that, but we can't do that.
Yeah.
We have to support each other. At the end of the day, we gotta support each other.
That's true.
But sometimes, like I said, sometimes I understand. There's that one woman who knew about you.
Yeah.
Why are you up in my business? If you knew I existed, why are you up in my business?
And that's when it comes to respect. You know what I mean? Women, we got to do better of just having respect, period. You know what I mean? There's no pride. Like, friends, this lady, her best friend done slept with her husband. Like, what is that?
All right, that's one thing, too. I mean, come on, lady.
What is that?
And then you're like, you're no longer my friend. I get it. You cut that shit off then and there.
Yeah.
All right, you knew she deserves a beat down.
See,
but again, if you are that friend, those that are listening, if you are that friend and you know who you are,
shame on you. You ain't shit. Oh,
shame. You know what? No. I'm glad she said it though, because I'm the one who's always saying mean shit.
Shame. That is terrible. If you can walk around with your head up, because you done ruined your friend marriage, and this bitch probably done fed you and your kids. You done ruined the marriage being hot. Shame on you. But what I can say too, ladies, because women that do that, I don't consider them women. I consider them hoes.
Here's the question. Your friend hooks up with your man, with your husband, your best friend. We're gonna hate on the friend. What about the husband?
No. You. I mean, of course he is held accountable, but at the same time, it's like you my friend. Like that's when it comes to when I say if you deserve. I feel like
what is more important, the friendship with your relationship with your husband or your friendship?
Yeah, your relationship with your husband. That's your life partner. People who are married, that's the person that you got to go to bed with.
And you know what? Then shame on me for marrying that man.
That's true.
That is something that I should have known.
That is true. But I just feel like
leave him with the enemy.
That's what we talk about. It should be at least some kind of sense of sisterhood. Like there's boundaries that you just don't. You know what I mean? It's boundaries that you don't cross. You know what I'm saying? You don't cross those boundaries. That's just disrespectful. Period. You know what I mean? Why would you want to do that? Because a lot of times it's like, this same woman has come to you and confided in you about problems within her marriage or her relationship. You know what I mean? Then you go, that is just like complete betrayal. I don't see no coming back from that. I don't see how we can regain or, have a friendship with that. And even on the man, like you just as dirty as the friend is because you know this is your wife or your woman's friend.
Yeah, it's jacked up.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that it happens more frequently amongst women? Do you think women do each other women than men do each other men?
Now, and this is, we want to get you guys comment on this too, because I personally think it is more prominent among women because men have.
No, here's what I think.
Let me tell you about why I say this. It's because women, we know exactly what we're doing. It's not so much, I got caught up in the moment of passion.
I got drunk.
we
I was
know
drinking, my panties flew off.
a lot of times we are clear-minded enough to know exactly what we were doing.
I got drunk and the dog came and chewed up my panties.
Men, on the other hand, I think
the dog ate my panties.
Men have a certain boundary or a certain level of, you know what I mean, like manly respect. You know what I mean? Just a little bit. I'm not saying it's overwhelming when it comes to women, but I feel like amongst themselves there's a sense of respect amongst men. You know, if they have respect for each other. No,
I disagree. You know what I think? I think that this goes back to the beginning. We are more dramatic. We think with our emotions. We're more emotional. Men are more discreet about it. I think that it's easier for women to get caught than the men who are doing it.
No.
For sure.
No.
For sure.
No.
Men can hold it. Men are smarter than women.
No, man.
When the women initiate it, when it's the friend, the female friend initiating it, and she knew about you, she does stupid shit, like invite him over her house. So, you know, when it's the men are smarter. Trust me, men are smarter. They will know how to hide that shit. They will know exactly where to do it, how to do it. I think that we don't hear about it more because they're more discreet. It's all top secret. They don't go and tell their friend.
Now, I disagree. I'm gonna tell you why. Because one, I feel like, okay, women. Let's just say hypothetically, like you said. Okay, she knows about, you know, she knows her friend or whatever. She's sleeping with a friend, man, or whatever. A lot of times, but women, a lot of times when they get caught. When eventually, because it's not gonna be so much her friend that got them caught. A lot of times it's gonna be her husband that got that whole situation
caught. It's usually the friend.
No, it is not. Usually it is the husband because she lives with the husband. That's who shit she going through. That's who phone she going through. That's who pockets she going through.
You gotta go to that. If you smell something fishy, you gotta go to that extent in terms of.
But what I'm saying is, once she goes through him to get caught, and they will find out that, you know, eventually that a lot of times it's the friend. But a lot of times, her and the friend still been kicking it for the past couple months. They still been hanging out, going out, having a good time.
Dinner parties, what? Bitch, you sitting next to me and fucking my husband?
Yeah, but exactly. But she been laying up with this man for months. So it takes a lot of times. It'll take the wife or you know, the main woman in the relationship to go through him. That is how she find out. So I don't think that men are smarter when it comes to this. But I will say this. On, you know, on your side of what you're saying. One thing about men can do it, and I ain't just gonna say this is, and sadly it's women, but a lot of times these simple hoes. That man, not so much smarter, but he can have it where, because I've seen it firsthand, he can have it where this woman knows about this woman. This woman possibly, but he have one thinking that he ain't messing with this one. It's like he's sleeping with everybody, but he done, you know, pumped them up with so much.
That dick is falling off. I gotta say.
He done pumped all the women up with so much game that what he's done was created tension between all the women. So all they want to do is stay away from each other and dislike each other. You know what I mean? As opposed to disliking who's really supposed to be disliked in this situation is the man. But he done pumped them up with so much game. All 12 of them feel like they the only one. Feel like they are the most special. Or they are.
So we can't blame the women for that?
Hell, yes you can.
They don't know.
They know. That's why I think women are smart. Because that's the problem. Women, we swear that we smart. We swear we be up on game. We swear
I got game. I don't know about Kia, but I know I got game.
We know what's going on, but yet and still we let these men make us look stupid.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, just remember, if it's one thing you get out of this skit right here, one thing out of the day, one thing that you need to always keep in mind is the truth always comes out.
Damn right. Now that way.
It might not be a month. It might not be 2 months from now. It might not even be a year. But the truth will always come out.
So let's talk about men on the side. Men rivalry amongst each other.
Yo, what? You men are well, first of all, I don't know. I wouldn't say men brawl it out. But do you know what the difference is between men and women? That men will formulate that relationship again.
That's true. I can say that.
We cut you off.
Yeah, you cut off.
Cut off. Like, don't even let me see you dropping off your mail. Don't let me see you at the grocery store. Don't let me see your ass in church. Because something's going to happen. But men, you know.
Eventually, they can kind of.
Yo, you steal that punani, and like a week later, you'd be like, you know what? She's a hoe anyway. It's always us. That's what I'm talking about, lady. We have no respect for each other. At the end of the day, we're still the hoe. And they're back buddying it up, taking shots with each other. It's like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
It is true. Bros before hoes.
They do have a bromance.
Yeah, it's bromance.
I think the relationship with men more, you know, when it comes to, it's not necessarily, well, it is rivalry, but I think, you know, each man wants to assert himself as the alpha male.
Do you know what it is? I think it goes back to what you said. Women are more emotional about it. So don't fuck with our emotions. We get emotional about something, and it's like, oh, you know, this really hurt. This hurt me. We can't be friends. Men think with their dicks. They're more physical. So in that sense, it's like, all right, no worries. You know, at the end of the day, pussy's pussy, and I'm gonna get it elsewhere. So there is a huge difference as to why I think women can't forgive versus men being able to forgive an act.
Yeah.
Because men, I think,
can
forgive each other for a sexual act.
I can agree with that, because like you said, they're not thinking with their emotions, especially if they don't really, you know, if they just head over heels in love with the female. Now, it may be different.
I think it is different, yeah.
But if it's just, you know, oh, this is my girl, but it ain't really, you know, it's like, whatever. You know what I mean? Eventually it will come to or whatever, because men fight too, but you don't see as many men, like you said, fighting over a woman as you do women fighting over a man. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like, I can only think of maybe a few instances versus hundreds when it comes to a man, you know, him and his boy or whatever, they fighting, but it end up being over a girl. You know what I mean? A lot of times they fighting over some dumb shit. Shit got out of hand on the basketball court or something crazy. You know what I mean? It's not.
You know, but what I'm saying is, you need to come to the understanding or realize that as women, and I think this goes back to, I mean, you can't really say much about the men's side, but as women, we need, you know, when did we stop having respect for each other? When did we stop supporting each other?
I don't know.
We see it with men. Like, men just, like, have this click where their dicks are just wrapped around each other. You know, I'm surprised they're not sucking each other off every time you look back. But it's true. They have more of a tight connection than women do. And it's just a shame.
And another thing, too, I can say a lot of men, that especially, like, close friends, they have these same friends their whole life.
Oh, yeah.
They grew up with these friends. True enough, them and these friends may have fell out, may have got into it, but they still have these same 4 or 5 friends their whole life. Whereas women, we done went through so many
bitches. Why? Because we don't have respect for each other. That's why.
It depends on whatever phase we going through in life.
Oh, we grew apart. Come on. If I have a childhood friend, she's gonna be my friend regardless.
I ain't gonna lie.
We might be different.
I grew
but
apart
that's my
from
friend.
people, but not like I grew apart from them. Not like, oh, we, you know, if I see them, I turn my face up at them. No, it's not like that. It's just when I was in school, like, and then too, it depends. Sometimes we define the term friend too loosely. this is one of the things I feel like.
That's true.
A lot of times we define, it's just like, okay, this
like
really like
FYI.
somebody I hang out with, but I'm not really like her friend. Like if it come down to it,
Kita, am I your friend? Let me find out I'm not.
You are my friend, Clyde.
That's right. I stay up all night doing this shit.
And by that I mean, if it really comes down to, you know what I'm saying, you really need some help, whatever the case may be, you can call me and I'm gonna talk shit to you because that's just what I do. That's the relationship that we have.
Bitch, what you do again?
But I'm gonna look out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Regardless.
If Kita was getting her head bashed in, I'd run the other way.
What type of shit is this? What type of shit
But
is
come
this?
on, Kita, back to the topic.
No, we're gonna focus on that topic. You'll leave me hanging?
You know I wouldn't. All right.
I know you ain't gonna be much help, but at least pick up a break. Damn.
You know I wouldn't. When you die, I'm gonna die with you. All right. And that's why I'm out here in Afghanistan. We're battling this shit out together.
Damn right.
If someone's getting shot, just shoot me now. Cause I ain't gonna survive without Kita.
But I'm saying, like, you know, people that you may have hung out with, earlier. Like some of the girls that I hung out with in high school, I can't say we moved apart, but I just feel like I wasn't into doing a lot of stuff that they were into doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of females are cliquish, or you know what I mean, which men are too, but it always be within that clique a bunch of mess all the time.
Hot mess.
It's 4 or 5 girls, they clicking, but it's they all talk about each other behind each other back anyway.
Yeah, what kind of friends? Actually, I've never done that. To be honest with you, I've never said, "Oh, she's my friend." But you know what? They've done it to me. Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah. But like I said, the ones that I kind of just separate, just because they was into doing shit like it's 4 of them. They go out, they see 4 guys. Okay, now you 4 gotta talk to these 4 guys. I gotta play interference with one of these guys I really don't even want to talk to just because these other 3 want to talk to the other 3 guys. Did somebody get mad in a relationship that I ain't even got nothing to do with, but now I gotta be mad and beefing.
But you know
Then they want to scratch the guy car up, all on want to get together. Let's go scratch his car up. See, I already tell him, see, once we hit that point, no, he ain't coming out.
Kita, what's up with those shoes?
Let's focus on the topic.
Anyway, back to the topic. What I'm saying is to men, you know what it is? Like, I have to tell you, I agree that some people grow apart, but I don't think it's found commonly amongst men.
That's what I say. A lot of men have the same friends that they had.
I know men who grew up in just had the hard knock life, and they were one of the lucky ones to get out of that whole scene, but they still have their friends, who are getting locked up or seeking them for help, and at the end of the day, they have this close, tight connection.
That's true.
We don't see that with women.
Not often.
It's like, oh, she don't dress like I do. She don't shop where I do.
She done got uppity.
Yeah, we can't.
She does.
Yeah, it's like, why can't we do that?
I don't know.
It's a shame though. It really is. But admittedly, we are guilty of that.
Yeah. Yeah, to a certain degree.
No, we're guilty. Not to a certain degree. We're guilty.
But I ain't never cut nobody off just because when I cut people off, it's because you really just doing stupid shit that I really can't be a part of. And it's not even so
much. But you don't have to be a part of it.
And that's my point.
Like, we don't have to get involved in that.
It's not so much that I just cut you off. It's just I can't I can't fool with you on that. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'll cut you off. Like I said, we still cool. I see you. We still can talk. We still can, go have lunch or something like that. But when it comes to the foolishness, I just can't be, I can't be involved in all of that. That's just too much going on, especially if it ain't productive. So
I'm just saying. You know what? And I hate to say this. Actually, I don't. Sometimes you gotta give props to the men, but I think that we could learn a thing or two from the men.
Yeah, on that, I agree. Like I said, you don't really want to give them credit,
but guys, good job.
When it comes to that,
you guys don't let a girl in between y'all. You might
not often. It's not as
common.
Yeah.
And if you do, it lasts maybe a month, 2 months. But after 3 months, you run into each other, you throw back a few, you reminisce about that whole situation, and it is what
like men, they're not. This one we were saying as far as like rivalry. You know, when it comes to the other sex, they shooting each other, but it's over stupid shit. It's not over. It's because I want your car, not because I'm concerned about the bitch that riding in there with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's
you
like
guys men kill each other
over
cars.
materialistic shit. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
their vision.
They
Which
not
is
studying
another
the
point,
female.
ladies. Where are their priorities? We're down on the list. Just keep that in mind next time you want to fight a bitch.
Yeah, yep, that's true.
So we would definitely like to get your opinion on this. I think this is a very good topic.
Yeah, we want to hear from men and women on
And
this. How do you feel about this with this whole rivalry thing? Do you feel it's more common amongst men or women, and why? Why do you feel like that? So leave your comments on YouTube. Also, we said we're gonna give you guys. We're gonna start giving you guys little tips of things that you may not know. So our tip for this week, and this is, a little off topic, but ladies, if you're like myself and you have terrible period pain, meaning that you are suicidal during your time of the month, I have something that I want you to look up. Look up Femprin. It's an Femprin.
I think they know about that. Kita's about to kill everyone.
No, I'm just saying.
No, write this date in your calendar. You may want to tune in around this time.
Listen, Femprin or Femprin is one of them. What's the name? Look it up. But it's with Vitex extract. It really helps alleviate.
I can't believe she's just saying this.
Yeah, it helps alleviate.
Or just buy a gun.
No. It helps alleviate some of your internal struggle, okay? Some of your internal pain.
And
trust
me for talking about her shoes. What are the shoes, Kita?
Jordans. Hell, let's focus on what I'm saying. Anyway,
nobody want to focus on your period. I can't.
No, this is just helpful tips, ladies. If you don't know about this product, check it out. Again, I think it's Femprin. That may be it. But just start, when you start Googling that, you'll figure out what it is with Vitex extract. And it'll definitely help relieve some of that pain. Because boy, whew, it is rough.
All I'm saying is you guys are lucky hearing Kita today. You're lucky I'm alive.
It is rough. Do you hear me? I thought about pushing Claudia off the balcony a couple times today. It took everything. I just had to leave. I had to leave work and go to my room and lay down.
I need to steal some almonds for her. She gave me the look every time I came close. What? Turned around and said, "This is my friend." And just walked away. I just walked away.
So that's your helpful tip for the week, ladies. I hope and then too, if you so happen to check it out and it works for you, hit us back and let us know. What you thought of that.
But nonetheless, I know Kita was about to kill someone up in this piece. Believe.
It is rough.
It is not that serious.
Whatever. She don't know my life. She don't know my life. Anyways, but thank you guys
for tuning in tonight. And definitely leave your comments. Please leave your comments not on Facebook. Although we would love to hear you guys, we'd love to see you guys, but do not leave it on Facebook.
Yes, leave your comment on YouTube. And actually, next week we will announce our Valentine's giveaway. So we can start.
You know what else too? I would like to we should actually give them the link to the t-shirt site. I think some of y'all might appreciate some of these awesome t-shirts.
Yeah, this is one of our sponsors, Lunchtime Cafe. So check it out. You can go to Facebook. Just type in Lunchtime Cafe. You'll come up, see some stuff. The actual website is www.lunchtimecafefs.com. Again, this is one of our sponsors. Our sponsor is a great young man who's doing this thing in the t-shirt business.
For sure, it is definitely us, and it represents who we are and what we stand for, which is keeping it real. So, hope to see you guys, or hope that you guys tune in next week. And if you have any special requests regarding any kind of topic, let us know. Hit us up.
Thank you. Peace.